What's going on, guys? I've got another Pokemon battle here, and this time it's against Kodie. So before we actually begin the battle, if we could reach at least 10 likes in this video, I'd be pretty stoked. So I'm using in this battle my Noivern, my Trevenant, Machamp, Mega Houndoom, my Kabutops, as well as my Mamoswine. Kodie has a Smeargle, Rotom Wash, Excadrill, Umbreon, a Talonflame, as well as a Gengar. So let's get this battle underway. Now, out of all of the Pokemon battle songs, this one in particular, this track number 8, is my absolute favorite. It gives me goosebumps every single time that I hear it. I think it's actually the track when you are battling your legendary in the Pokemon X and Y game. So let's get back to this game before I get carried away. So I predicted that she'd actually, I don't know who she's going to lead out with, so I just went with my Noivern. That's always a good lead. And I scouted that it actually had a Gengarite, so I'm not sure why she stayed in. Maybe she thought that the speed increase comes into play on the turn of Mega Evolution, but actually it comes into play following the turn of Mega Evolution. So unfortunately for her, she loses a Mega Gengar. That's pretty awesome for me though. I mean, if I scouted that it had a Focus Sash, I probably would have switched out, because sometimes these things carry Dazzling Gleam, and that probably would have taken out my Noivern. So now she's forced to switch into her Excadrill, and I can't do much with another Draco Meteor to Excadrill because it resists that, so I switch into Trevenant, and Trevenant's going to be able to handle anything that this thing throws at me, and I think she predicted that I was going to switch out, so she just went for an Earthquake anyway, and Trevenant handles that pretty well. And now I'm able to go for a Leech Seed because I know she's going to switch out. And it was probably like Scarfed or Banned or something. And she brings in a Talonflame and things are looking good. I've got the Leech Seed up, so I'm going to be able to get back some of my health. And now I'm not going to be able to take a Flare Blitz or Brave Bird, so I have to switch out. There's not much that I can do here. So one of the best checks for Talonflame has to be Kabutops. Kabutops is awesome. And I mean, it 2 times resists Brave Bird, and it 4 times resists a Flare Blitz. And what's great now is that my weak armor ability activates, so my defense drops a stage, which isn't so great, but Kabutops' base defense is pretty high, so that's okay, but I get the speed increase, and that is going to be incredibly important for this next turn. With a priority Brave Bird versus a priority Aqua Jet, it all comes down to who is the faster Pokemon. And what do you know, Kabutops is going to be faster than Talonflame because of the speed increase, and I'm going to be able to take out Talonflame. How great is that? And doesn't Kabutops actually remind you of the Grim Reaper? It kind of does to me. I mean, look at its hands. It's got the scythe, so that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty evil actually. But Kabutops, you've done your job. You've taken the life of Talonflame. So now I have to switch out. I definitely don't want to take a Earthquake. I thought my Aqua Jet might actually kill it. I'm not too sure, but with the defense drop, I knew an Earthquake would definitely kill me if I didn't kill it with the Aqua Jet. So I had to switch out. I brought in my Machamp, and it goes for the Earthquake, and unfortunately it gets the critical hit, and that sucks. But he decides to switch out. I'm not too sure why. Maybe he thought that a second Earthquake wouldn't kill me, but who knows. So I just go for the Dynamic Punch on the switch in, and unfortunately for him, his Rotom gets confused and punches himself in the face. So I'm just going to punch it again in the face, and that's his Rotom out of the picture. It's done nothing at all, so that's great. I mean, he probably was trying to go for Will-O-Wisp to triple my Machamp, but Machamp is way too good for you. So now he brings in his Excadrill again, and it goes for the Earthquake. I mean, this is what you should have done in the first place. You are such a I don't know why you didn't do this, but anyway, that's good for me. So now I've lost my Machamp. There was no need to save my Machamp. Machamp did its work. So now I bring in my Trevenant. Trevenant is definitely going to be able to handle any of Excadrill's attacks, and I knew he was going to switch out, which is why I decided to go for the Leech Seed. But what do you know? I miss. How retarded. So now Smeargle's on the field, and that's all that it's used for, setting up these annoying hazards. And first layer that Smeargle sets up is Sticky Web. So now every Pokemon that I send in that's grounded is going to lose a stage of speed. So that sucks. And I'm not too sure why I decided to go for a Leech Seed here, because I mean, yeah, I'm not too sure actually why, because I could have just went for a Horn Leech and potentially killed it, but I think I thought at this time that it was carrying a Focus Sash, which is what they do carry most of the time, so I mean it would have still been a two turn KO anyway. So at least Smeargle's out of the picture and managed to get up with Stealth Rock. So that's a bit annoying, but she doesn't have many. I mean, this is the last Pokemon now. Umbreon is the last Pokemon, so things are looking good for me. And she goes for the Toxic, and this is a Lum Harvest Trevenant. So lol, trolling you big time. And yeah, there's nothing much that this thing's able to do to me. So I just go for the Will-O-Wisp. I thought that Umbreon has the Synchronize ability, but I don't know what other abilities it actually has. I'll have to actually check that up. But even if it did pass on the burn back to me, the Lum Harvest set would have definitely sorted that out. But it turns out that she decides to, or he, I don't even know, is Kodie a guy or a girl? I don't know, but who cares? She decides to quit, and that is the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, I'm trying to get to 10 likes. Let's see if we can do it.